Alright guys, so today we're going to take a look at a very interesting pair of true wireless earbuds. The pair that we're going to check out is the ODDICT Twig Pros. Now this pair does retail for $150, but right now on Amazon it's all the way down to $129. And what makes this pair interesting is we've definitely seen plenty of earbuds that use a Snapdragon processor, but this is the first that I've seen that's labeled as having Snapdragon sound. And what this is it means it supports lossless audio, it has a higher bit rate, so you're getting sound quality that's supposed to be comparable to CD quality. And that right there already had me interested in the product, because anything that supports lossless audio and it's getting you close to hearing music in the way that you would with wired headphones, it's just a nice step forward for true wireless earbuds. And another thing that stood out about these to me was the design. Now the case itself has like a circular look to it. It has an aluminum feel. It kind of has a futuristic look to it. And the same thing with the earbuds. Although it does have the stem style design, which you guys know I'm not a huge fan of normally, it still has a gunmetal stem with like the black earbuds, so it's more subdued than like a pair of AirPods. So I do like the fact that they just kept everything very clean. Now, as far as some of the other technology that are in these, it does have Bluetooth 5.2. It is using a Qualcomm 5141 chip, and it also has aptX adaptive playback. And I've said this before, aptX adaptive is my favorite Bluetooth codec. And the reason for this is it's always just adapting to your environment, to your connection. And it's just trying to make sure that you're getting the best listening experience that you can get, instead of it just dropping out on you or just dropping quality like some of the other codecs do. So that is a huge plus. And as far as using this with movies and videos, I didn't have any kind of lag at all. So this is definitely one of those that you can use for all types of media. Now, another thing about this pair that I did like, and another thing that I hope that they update in the future, is this pair does work with an app. And the app does give you some features like control over active noise canceling, because this pair does have hybrid active noise canceling. It also gives you some different EQ options, and it does it in a different kind of way. It gives you the Find My Earbuds feature, but surprisingly, it doesn't give you the ability to control your controls. So, you know, you're just stuck with the controls the way that it is out of the box. So I do hope that this is something that they update in the future. Now, as far as the active noise canceling, it does have 3 different levels of active noise canceling. And I think this pair does a really good job of blocking out your surroundings. Now, it says if you use this on high that it's going to block out around 98% of the noise around you. I don't find that really to be the case with this pair. I do feel like it did a really good job with air conditioner units and engines and things like that that have like a lower tone, but I still felt like people talking and anything with a higher frequency still came through just like it would on some other earbuds. So to say that it's comparable to the Sony or the Bose or even the Libertex that I just did the video on yesterday, the active noise canceling is not quite up to that level. But the ambient mode on here does a very good job of bringing in your surroundings. I was able to carry on a conversation without actually taking the earbuds out. So the ambient mode does a very good job, and the noise canceling will be fine for a lot of situations. Just don't expect it to compete with the much more expensive models. Now, as far as using these outdoors, just like other noise canceling earbuds, these do only have an IPX4 rating, so you'll be fine against rain and sweat and if it just gets lightly splashed, but definitely make sure you do not submerge this pair into water. As far as what all they've included inside the box, and I do want to say that the packaging on this is also done very well. It was just clean, kind of had that Apple appeal to it. It does come with 3 sets of silicone ear tips, and it does come with a USB-C cable. But another huge plus is you don't have to use the USB-C cable, because the case on these is a Qi wireless charging case. But speaking of the charging, the battery life, and really there's no other way to say this, is crap on this pair. I mean, this is some of the worst battery life that I've seen. Now, I do understand noise canceling earbuds don't get as good a battery life as others, but even with the noise canceling off, you're only going to get 6 hours on the earbuds with 15 hours using the case, where if you decide to use them with the noise canceling on, it only drops it to 5.5 hours on the earbuds and around 13 hours using the case. So the case is only giving you like 1.5 charges on your earbud. There's no fast charging on these either. So I do like the design and I like the sleek look of the case, but I definitely think this affected battery life in a negative of way. And if you're gonna be comparing battery life to some of the other ones out there, you're definitely going to be disappointed. Now moving over to looking at the actual physical design of the case and the earbuds. On the bottom you can see the USB-C input. It also has a pairing button, and then your indicator light is all located right there together. Now to actually open up the case, you can see it has a hinge on the back, and you just kind of pull it back open this way. So the front of it, the aluminum look to it is solid. It doesn't bend or fold or anything right there. But once you see the earbuds, you can see that they also stick to that same theme that the case has. It has that gunmetal look. The stems on these do have that same aluminum feel. And I love the fact that they went with button design, because stem style design earbuds are the ones that you're wanting to grab to kind of adjust, and you usually have a lot of accidental touches. So the fact that they use button control, it makes it very easy to kind of grab the stem and just use the controls. But the one thing I am disappointed about is it doesn't give you volume control. So this goes back to the app where I wish that it gave you different controls, because then you would just be able to add volume control. So again, maybe this is something that they can fix in a firmware update, but out of the box, you have no volume control. Now, another thing that the earbuds themselves have is it does have these smart sensors. So if you take the earbuds out of your ear, it will just automatically pause, and then it just resumes once you put them back in. And this is another reason that the controls actually could have just gotten rid of the play and pause control, because you could have just used the smart sensors and then added volume control to the earbuds. But for you guys that do like to use your earbuds for phone calls, I think they did a pretty decent job here. They are using 6 microphones total, so I actually kind of had higher expectations for the mics, but you guys can be a judge by listening to a test here.
All right, guys, so here is a mic test using the ODDICT Twig Pros. Again, I think overall it's doing a decent job of picking up my voice. I do feel like it may be a little bit on the warm side, but this is what it would sound like if you were to take a call. And so now here is a mic test with the crowd noise being played, which you can hear here. So this is what it would sound like if you were to take a call in public.
So now let's talk about the sound, because I figured with the 12mm dual layer drivers that these are using mixed with the 24-bit playback that these are capable of, I figured the sound was just gonna absolutely blow me away. And out of the box, it didn't. And that's okay, because I will say going back to the app and EQing these absolutely saved them, because I felt like out of the box, bass was actually too boomy. Boomy to the point where the treble just kind of fell back a little bit, and the mids just didn't have as much life as I'm used to with other earbuds. But luckily these do respond to EQing very well, so you could just go in, kind of take the slider and move it around the way you want. And I was able to bring the treble up quite a bit, actually almost to the point of being harsh. I was able to pull vocals out a lot more, and I was still able to keep a somewhat boomy bass, so it definitely had that consumer style sound. Everything was extremely clear. I didn't have any kind of distortion, and I felt like the volume level on these were pretty good as well. I felt like I was listening at around 75, maybe to 80%. And I never felt the need to just turn these all the way up. As far as the soundstage and the sound imaging, this was weird as well, because I expected, because I tuned it in a dynamic way, that it would close my audio in. And I don't know if it's because the noise canceling on top of actually using these in a quiet room, but it made me kind of feel like I had my own intimate listening experience. Like I felt like I was in a room with the band. Maybe a medium to large size room, so these aren't extremely open, but it didn't make me feel like I was just closed in with 2 speakers either. So it felt like things were very well separated, and I can tell where different instruments and sounds were coming from. So they definitely nailed that part as well. So really my overall opinion is this. This is a newer type of technology from Snapdragon, so I do think there's going to be some hiccups here and there. I did have a couple of disconnects with the earbuds and my phone. It was really few and far between, so I don't know if this is really going to be a common occurrence, but it did happen. But other than that, I think there is some nice future-proof features that are in here. The Qi wireless charging case is a plus. The battery life sucks, but the sound quality is great once you tweak them quite a bit, and the noise canceling is decent. It's not high-level good, but it's mid-level active noise canceling. It's better than a lot of other earbuds that claim to have noise canceling, but it's just not reaching that top-tier noise canceling. But again, these are $129. as opposed to 270 or 280 of the Bose and the Sony. But the big kicker here is the Light Protect that I reviewed yesterday. You can pick up for the same price, and the noise canceling is much better on those. But guys, that wraps up my video on the ODDICT Twig Pro True Wireless Earbuds. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Thank you so much for checking out all the other videos. And as always, make sure to stay tuned for more.